Hour by the hour, on the hour, every hour, you are now witnessing those who shall propose future nuclear showers. And George Orwell Bush said, slavery is freedom, war is peace, ignorance is power. Hush, 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 hush. Unanointed, disjointed, self-appointed. Unanointed, disjointed, self-appointed. Unanointed, disjointed, self-appointed. So-called leaders of the so-called free world have hearts that beat not blood but oil. They got other countries around the world saying, thank God we ain't got no oil, even though we're used to being attacked for what lays beneath and above our soil in Africa. Asatica could be the name of America. America could be renamed Asatica because America sure ain't Mary, pumping and humping other nations for what they got, like Billy Bob did Holly Berry. Monsters bawling scary, quite contrary. Mystery Babylon, the great mother of our harlots, queen of all whores, lift up that skirt and pop that cherry and watch it drip not blood but oil. To the victor always goes the spoils. In secret sugar daddy cartels control the price. And to prove my point, there's even an Exxon oil tanker named the Condoleezza Rice. Hush. Hush. For real. There's an Exxon oil tanker named the Condoleezza Rice. She was on the board of directors for ExxonMobil Corporation before she became head of the National Security Council, or whatever they call themselves, and then before she became Secretary of State. In reward for her services on the board of directors for Exxon, they named an oil tanker after her. That's how deep they are into this oil business. Hush. 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 As I rewind in my mind through the process of time, I see a 16-year-old black girl named Condoleezza on a park bench and crying. She said that young black boys would pay her no mind. They would all go on dates and they would leave her behind. She said in due time she would make the world miserable for everyone through the devices of her own design, and a burning bush shall be the sign. Hush. 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 Unanointed, disjointed, self-appointed. Unanointed, disjointed, self-appointed. He's quiet, slick, and crazy, quite sick and zany. He's the real MVP. More valuable than the president is the VP, the zany Dick Cheney. The Republican Party claims they hate homosexuals, but Cheney has a lesbian daughter, just a daughter who only likes ladies, who maybe wants to adopt a baby named Jamie with an off-and-on girlfriend named Amy. Fact or fiction? Internal contradiction. Hush. 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 Hour by the hour, on the hour, every hour, you are now witnessing those who shall propose future nuclear showers. And George Orwell Bush said, slavery is freedom, war is peace, ignorance is power. George Orwell Bush hates affirmative action, but how did he get into Yale? Was it not by inheritance? Did he do it by his own merits? And if you think that he has a scintilla of intelligence, then I've got land on the moon for you for sale. He believes that Iraq and Al-Qaeda have something in common because both words contain the letter Q. He's like a child who was forced to wear penny loafers because he never learned how to tie his own shoe. And he's so stupid, yes, he's so stupid, he almost choked. He's so stupid, he almost choked to death on a pretzel because he forgot to chew. If a wall is red, he will tell you that the wall is blue. Hell no, I will not do what you want me to do. Speaking like a cowboy, telling folks that they got 2 sundowns to leave town. I saw him on September 11th trying to read to school children, but the book was upside down. Man, you trying to bring democracy to Iraq, but you really didn't even win your own presidential campaign. Man, he can't even win an international popularity contest with Saddam Hussein. Man, he don't even try to act like Bill Clinton and pretend and feign to feel your pain. Man, because of him, the whole world thinks that everyone in America is insane. Man, you see what happens when you got a president who thinks he's John Wayne. Man, I hate to crash your parade, but here comes the rain. Hate to trash your charade, but let me make it plain. George W. Bush is a rotten bad joke. He stays rich while everyone else is a rotten tad broke. In the U.S. mass media is a rotted bad joke. It's a circus with mirrors and rotted mad smoke. Yes, George W. Bush is a rotted bad joke. He asked the president of Brazil, does Brazil have rotted black folks? That's true. Quote unquote. They had a meeting with the president of Brazil. And he asked him, quote unquote, do you have black people there? Brazil is the second most populous country in the world of black people, second to Nigeria. And he didn't even know that. And the U.S. public must be a rotted bad joke. It's a race against time with swimming the rotted backstroke. Hush. 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 Unanointed, disjointed, self-appointed. Can you say it with me? Unanointed, disjointed, self-appointed. Unanointed, disjointed, self-appointed. He's a retired 4-star general who will sell you out quicker than Pat Sajak will sell you vowels. So while we were trying to free Mumia, we should have freed Colin Powell. Well, he threw in the towel. Colin, you should have listened to your ancestors instead of listening to Georgie Porgy. And by the way, that information you tried to turn into United Nations on Iraq, it happened to be a forgery. And y'all are handling international situations horribly. And Saddam Hussein would have probably gave y'all punk asses some free oil if you would have just asked cordially. And when you turn on the TV, you would see Tom Brokaw, Peter Jennings, and Dan Rather. They were lying simultaneously. They are teleprompter parrots and parakeets who cannot speak extemporaneously. And even if they tried, they would be fired instantaneously by thieving CEOs who laugh all the way to the bank blamelessly because they are manufacturing your consent shamelessly. And on the radio, we've got rappers Andy and Amously rhyming about black on black priming famously. And American minds are gone with the wind aimlessly because everyone has fallen for the American dream and illusion that you can live and die painlessly. Hush. 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 He said, I've come to liberate you for real. But do not burn your oil fields. He said, I've come to liberate you for real. But do not